who said that we campaign in poetry and we govern in prose should never do that.
Right.
You should campaign in poetry and you should govern in poetry. So it was the poetry, it was the words. You know, anybody said words don't matter, say that to Shakespeare. There's a difference between happiness and joy. I'm joyful. I am deeply joyful, but I'm not happy. Circumstances are just a part of life. That somebody you love died, a heartbreak, you know, these things happen. You got diagnosed with an illness, your child is on heroin, whatever at a time. I remember years ago, there was some little girl, and she, I think her name was Jessica, I'm not sure, she'd fallen in a well. The whole country held its breath. And people would like meet in the hallway at work, like, did they get her? Do you know if they got her? It's a limited definition of church. To some people, their AA meeting is their church.
Yeah.
To some people, a meditation group is their church. So I'd be real careful.
Yeah.
That's a pretty old-fashioned view of what it means to go to church. We have more than a swamp. We have an ocean of corruption. We need someone, I believe, and this is why I'm running, who's really willing to say what we all know to be true. That's the thing. It's kind of like the Leonard Cohen song, Everybody Knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what this country has become. We're not functioning as a democracy. We're functioning as an aristocracy. If you stop extending the light, don't go be surprised when the darkness comes in. So you have to be proactive in extending the principles, the ideas, and the energies which do create positive force. No reason to be surprised. You know, you turn off the lights, the darkness sets in.
Well, so, you know.
So now everybody's talking about what do we do about the darkness? The answer is turn on the light. Remind people of America's mission statements.
And what is that?
All men are created equal. All are created equal. God gave all men unalienable rights of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Governments are instituted to secure those rights, and government of the people and by the people and for the people is not to perish from this earth. And it's perishing on our watch. Political leadership is not just a science, it's an art, as is medicine. That's like saying, when is this operable? When is it not? When do we use chemo? When do we use radiation? When do we take out the tumor? It's integrative. Once again, I keep talking about this, it's integrative. So one of the things that we'll have when I'm president, if I'm president, is that there will be so much a more robust and sophisticated relationship between defense and state. State will have, as the leader, when I'm president, a world-class humanitarian, a world-class diplomat, somebody whose understanding of what is going on inside people is as deep as what's going outside people. And we sit there and we figure it out, just like just like remember the television show House?
Yeah.
When they all sit around the table, given the situation, what are the best things to do? However, what we have in politics, I was healthy in 2015, so I don't have to eat well or diet or exercise anymore.
Right.
If you don't take care of your health, don't go be surprised when you lose your health. If you don't take care of your relationship, don't go being surprised if you lose your relationship. And I think part of the awakening of the last 2 years is we have not proactively nurtured and cultivated the deep democratic and humanitarian principles that are at the core of right living within the public domain. We need to harness that now. He has harnessed fear and racism and bigotry and anti-Semitism and all of those things for political purposes. But there are far more lovers than haters in this country. But those who hate, hate with conviction. And conviction is a force multiplier. Abolitionists had conviction. The women's suffragettes had conviction. And the civil rights workers had conviction. We need conviction. And just an over-secularized, corporatized mentality that plays it both ways lacks conviction. He had been at a McDonald's, which I always found fascinating.